Now return to Cities XXL. Okay, so we've got a few problems here. Manufacturers are having trouble hiring. They need executives. We need a lot. I wish I would not have that. We need skilled workers, a lot of skilled workers. Somehow, along the way, I managed to completely bork that. I don't know how, because I feel like I've been keeping up with the population, but apparently not enough. So, we're going to come back up in here, and we're going to start trying to do something about this. Could you not put that there? See, why is that an issue? Whatever. Put it right there. Just come in and eliminate that road. Want to play that game? Fine. So I think we need more up here is kind of the problem. So why don't we get, well, for these guys in particular though, it's executives. So what I think I'm going to do here is we'll get executives, we'll do this, and of course I put that right there where I don't really want it. Something like that. There. And we'll just spam this stuff in. Now let's also grab some of these, since they are also going to be in that area. And in fact, why don't we go ahead and fill this in? Well, alright. So, we got a big deficit in some stuff here. Manufacturing is at -2. Waste and water are also issues. But you know, it's all down here where the big problem is. So I think we need to just put in more of these executive types for a bit. You'd think that putting in density, I keep screwing myself over with this, don't I? You'd think that with the densities that I'm putting in here, we would have got this figured out. So you. Just keep doing stuff of this nature here. Sure we're getting the right density. Kind of wish you were a better fit there. I don't suppose that's gonna fit. It'd be really nice if it did. Of course. Alright. You're kidding me. This fucking game, I swear. Alright. Speed this up here. Finally got this where it needs to be. So now we just need to get more people in here. More executives. Looks like it is starting to fill in though, so that's good. Alright, traffic is always going to be a problem. Electricity is always apparently going to be a problem. I honestly do not know how to fix this. I don't know how many of those things I need to spam, because I put some down before. Elsewhere, did I not? I don't remember where. I thought I had that. Still not enough. Employment satisfaction is low. I don't understand how that is possible. You apparently have your choice of jobs. Security and leisure. I always get the wrong thing. Leisure. Indoor golf simulator. Sure. We have no money for this. See, this doesn't make any damn sense to me. Apparently it is the max monthly cost. Oh, no, never mind. It's going to cost 5 million to put down a speedboat harbor. Alright, well, we have a heliport. I don't know where the heliport I would put this, but I guess it'll go right there. That doesn't make any damn sense to me, but whatever. Paintball. We'll just make a big leisure center down here. Because apparently that is where everyone is having problems. City services. Let's talk about security, maybe. Multi-purpose station. Sure. Let's put that down in here. Let's also put an actual police station down. Looks like maybe we need one out here. And we definitely need one up here. Everywhere else looks like it's pretty good, although right here looks bad. Wonder if I could get one tucked away in here. Well, I don't know. Would it have to be right next to it to have an impact? You'd think that little sheriff's office would be enough right there, but maybe it's a density issue. It could be. We also don't want to put down too much, because then, of course, the cash flow is going to cost me in the end. It's going to kill me there. So let's now make sure... Ooh, we got dense, dense, dense. Okay. Let's try putting the big ones down. Just for fun, and see what it does. Got a real problem with how big these are. So, you know, like in like City Skylines or SimCity, I think the tall buildings would be a mashup of densities, but also wealth. So, like if you had a high density, low wealth, it would be a small rise apartment, whereas if you had a high density, high wealth, it would be a high-rise tower. So that's where this game departs in that regard. It's going to be oh my god, it's going to be massive just based upon density. It doesn't seem to matter so much about the income of your tenants. So, you know, thinking about how you would do city layout in that idea. In other games, you would have sort of that division of income levels. You know, where you would keep, because of the various services needed, and just the lower wealth areas would have lower appeal and lower, you know, higher crime and all that stuff. They would have negative impacts upon your high wealth areas. So you'd separate them, kind of like this, where you'd have a high wealth area here, and you'd keep the low density, low income, low wealth buildings and all that stuff. But in this game, it seems completely different. It seems like it is definitely more density based, and so you could easily fit in, you know, both of these types of buildings here, these super high-rise buildings, they mesh, and it doesn't matter that you've got skilled labor next to unskilled labor or anything like that. It's just you would build your city center like this, and so I think that you are meant to mash together a variety of your skill levels, and your wealth classes. Primarily, just be. Ooh, look at this monstrosity! God damn, that's gaudy. Just because of things like your jobs. You know, when you're creating jobs that have mixed worker classes, that's the only way that you could actually effectively get the population near their jobs. You know, again, that's a departure from other city building games because you don't really have industries and office jobs and commercial jobs, all that stuff. They're more based upon like education levels, which are tied to wealth class. You know, so like if you're going to have office workers in City Skylines, for example, they need to be educated, and that's going to make them at the very least medium wealth. You know, so it doesn't have a mixed class thing going on like this game does. That is what really makes some of this screwy, you know, where you've got elites needed down here, and it's just like, my god, how many do I need to put in this damn city for it to work? But I don't know. Anyway, elites, let's get some density going here. Come in and definitely get rid of those roads. Traffic is already bad enough in this city. But I think that is in itself a measure. You know, and the game is also a little bit dramatic, I think. What am I looking at here? This. It's like, oh my god, traffic is so bad. High traffic congestion. Okay, first of all, you know, yes, there's congestion out here because it is a tiny, tiny country road. But how many people are actually going on it? You know, I don't see any damn cars out here. So, it says there's a problem, but is there a problem? And all these people are unhappy with their situation here. But look at this, like, compare it to actual traffic jams in City Skylines or Sim City, where the roads are backed up. Like, oh my god, the intersection is constantly being used, so it's saying that this is a highly congested area. But look at this. You're 3 cars deep. 4 cars at most. You know, like, this is not bad, but according to this, okay, well, actually, that's pretty good right there. But it wasn't. It was yellow. But even then, you know, looking at a yellow road, there's a lot of traffic flow here, not traffic backup. So I really don't see, you know, this is 5 cars deep. So it doesn't, it's just overly dramatic. And we've had that problem since the very, very beginning, where it was like, oh my god, you need this. And it's like, okay, well, let the game run for a little bit. Jesus Christ, we're losing all the money. I don't know how you make money in this game. Well, I do, but we were just having so many issues. Like, if I sell off executive tokens, what the hell does that even mean? I've got a bunch of high-tech tokens I can sell. We're short on offices by a lot, apparently. I don't understand the token thing either. I really don't. There's just so many things to this game that don't make a whole lot of sense. I guess I've failed to understand how they work and reconcile that. Actually, what I should have done was put a bunch of offices there. Let's put more offices in. You know, I guess you could feasibly say that it is kind of my fault for not actively trying to get better at the game and learn the game. Like, I fully admit that I have really given up on it. Put some stuff down. And therefore, my motivation for trying to get better at it has been non-existent. But, I mean, Jesus Christ, there are so many things wrong with the game to begin with that it's not really worth my time. I mean, I tend to give up on the cities that I build in other games pretty rapidly anyway. And then it all devolves into creating things. What other specials do we have here? It devolves into, setting things up so I can run disasters and whatnot. But I don't know. I really don't have any care or concern for this game. And that's kind of disappointing because, when you look at it, it looks really nice. It looks like it's got potential, and it's got enough different mechanics and whatnot in it that you would think that, from the outset, just looking at it, it seems like it's worth putting in the time to play it because, oh boy, it's different. It's not following the SimCity formula and all that, but I don't know. I don't know if it's the game's fault or if it's the expectation of some familiarity. At the same time that I'm lamenting games that are too similar to SimCity, is it that I personally subconsciously want a game that runs on those mechanics, or what? I don't know. I think it's still just a failing on my part, and the game, to an extent, that I didn't learn, and the game didn't teach well enough how you're actually supposed to play it. Like the revelations of how you lay out the city and all that stuff. I probably also hurt myself by doing this, and I probably should have just kept with the rows and grids. As far as layout and density, that probably would have helped. I keep adding big developments out here like this, but how many houses does this actually provide me with compared to what it would be if I'd gridded this out? And that's something else too, is just I don't know how many people this is. When it says that there's medium demand for whatever, how many houses is that? When I put down one of these households, how many workers is that providing towards what I need? It's just, it's not precise enough where it needs to be precise, so I don't have the information I need to make an informed decision about what I'm doing. Jesus Christ. I guess we'll just let the game run for a bit and see if that deficit ever flips over. Probably not. It's losing money because it doesn't have the people to operate it. But every time I try and put down people, I lose, and that's something else too. I'm losing money by just putting down the people that I need. I don't think that's really much of a thing. Well, it definitely isn't a thing in City Skylines or in SimCity. Zoning is typically free. This game charges you for developments. So, like, everything, there is no private contracting developer in this universe, apparently. It is all on me. The city builds homes for people, and all that cost goes to the city budget. It's just, it makes it, well, almost impossible, I guess, for large cities then to develop, to solve all the problems that arise and be able to afford it. It's very strange. It's a very strange design choice. Food industries are having trouble, so now our farms are lacking in people, apparently. I don't see that. I don't see that being reflected in anything. Does that maybe mean we don't have enough farms? These people out here are very satisfied with their jobs. I'm assuming that's because they work out here. I don't know. I don't think I'll be able to turn this around. I think we've overplayed here. Oh yeah. Well, I've got a bunch of offices now. I can sell those tokens. Once again, I have no idea how the tokens work. That definitely wasn't enough this time. The tutorial on this is very sparse because it basically just tells you, well, you know, if you've got tokens over here, you can sell them. Okay, but why would I want to? Why do I do that? Where the hell did the tokens come from in the first place? Why can't I just have the building make money and sell excess? You know, 'cause I guess that's where City Skylines does it right, is that it doesn't give you any real control about that. If you've got an industry, trucks will come and it will sell outside the city, and it just sort of does that in an arbitrary way. We're now 20% of our reserves. We're about to lose all our money. The city is about to fail. I'm alright with that. I don't know, in situations like this, you know, where your cash flow seems to be the dominant thing, not your money reserves, it's your cash flow that matters, it seems to penalize you for fast development. But the game reacts so slowly to your developments and your choices, I just don't know how to reconcile that. I mean, the game is very slow. I got a negative budget achievement. Hooray for me. The game is slow. I mean, it's slow. And it just feels incredibly out of balance with things like, you know, these things. You know, you have a whole bunch of people going in, and you want to build retail. You want to build commercial. You know, you'd think that there'd be a lot of that in a city, but I mean, I haven't put retail down in how many episodes? Because we've had too much of it, and it's just, I mean, that doesn't make any damn sense to me. I don't understand how the offices has you need more offices by like a magnitude of 3 or 4 times that of just retail stores. And you're supposedly, you know, creating your heavy industry to feed your manufacturing, to feed your retail. So the fact that I just have a massive push towards heavy industry that is not trickling down anywhere is very weird to me. And then all this stuff, like, what the hell? Skilled workers, unskilled workers, yeah, it's really... Is the game not gonna... I guess you don't actually lose. It's just that we can't win now. We can't pull back out of this. I could take loans, but I don't feel the need to do that. Cash tokens being exported. Maybe that's the problem? I still don't understand the damn token system. It doesn't make any damn sense to me. The city has no more money. Yeah, tell me about it. I don't know. If I do it again, if I play this game again, I don't think I'll ever do it for a series. But if I play it again for myself, just to kind of try, and I do it on this map, I think that I would do what I said a few episodes back, where I would just develop a city as pure level 1 everything, and then build it up to a population that unlocked a lot of stuff for me, and then go back in and upgrade. Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily try and build it in chunks and neighborhoods like this. And you'd think that you want to keep, industry out in the fringes so it's not polluting your city and all that stuff, but it just doesn't seem possible to do that. You have to have a pocket nearby for people to travel to. Just because they're constantly like, we don't have enough. We don't have enough of these people. Well, I mean, do you or do you not? Because I don't know. I can't see where the breakdown of this is. Like, we're filling everything in here. We have 34% in elite jobs. Where those are, I don't know. See, I mean, it gives me a very good breakdown of all these statistics, but they're useless statistics to me. Which means that either this is too much information or I don't know how to use the information. Either way, it's a failing of the game to teach me how to use this stuff. It's just, oh man. It's crunchy in the wrong areas. Like I need more information on things like transportation, so I can fine-tune that and make it work. I don't need to know all this other stuff that... what even is this? It just... it bothers me. It bothers me a lot. And it's unfortunate. It disappoints me to make this such a short series, but I can't play this anymore. I've just lost so much interest in it. But anyway, so I guess that's it. We're now completely in debt, and it's amazing that has not had an impact on the game. If this were to have happened in City Skylines or Sim City, people would move out. The city would collapse upon itself, reaching a point eventually of equilibrium. Where the balance would be so that so many people moved out, and now you need people again, and then they would have incentive to move back and all that stuff. You'd still be out of money. That wouldn't change, but this game seems to have just decided that, well, you're screwed. You got no money, so you can't do anything, so we'll leave it up to you to turn the lights off and lock the door on your way out. Anyway, that has been Cities XXL. I can see why nobody talks about this game at all. And it just, man, it ran up against City Skylines, and City Skylines did everything better. And it hurts me to say that, because I'm actually not a fan of City Skylines. Not the way everyone else is, thinking it's the greatest city builder of all time. But it's definitely better than this one. I wanted to like it, but I don't know that I can. I don't know that I can. These are some very weird looking buildings. Their scale is completely off. Like, what the hell is this? I don't know. It's a weird game. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you had some enjoyment out of it. Perhaps more than I did. I'll end this one here, and I'll see you in the next Let's Play.